Hello everyone, Maria Kliavkoff here from Healthy Mourning Revolution, and I am here because I very specifically want to share with you a book that I've talked to you about before, but it is a book that's very near and dear to my heart. It's called Grief One Day at a Time, 365 Meditations to Help You Heal After Loss. It's by my mentor and my teacher, Dr. Wolfelt, and it is a book that is just very near and dear to my heart. Never more was that true than in today's reading, because all of my work is predicated on distinguishing the difference between grief and mourning and helping people, my clients, and through the free live launches, making sure that the word gets out far and wide that there is a difference between grief and mourning, and that we need to learn how to convert our grief to mourning so that we can move through the grief journey with ease and grace. And I love today's entry, which is September 23rd. I love today's entry in this book specifically because of it talking to this journey between grief and mourning. So what Dr. Wolfelt says on September 23rd, quote, "Keep on going, and the chances are that you will stumble on something, perhaps when you are least expecting it. I never heard of anyone ever stumbling on something sitting down." And that's by Charles Kettering. And so Dr. Wolfelt goes on to say, "Grief is passive and internal. Mourning is active and external. We grieve first, then we put our grief into action through mourning. It's when we're actively mourning that we stumble onto things. We stumble onto compassion when someone sees we're mourning and reaches out to help us. We stumble onto gratitude when we encounter small, unexpected blessings, and that they are all over in the grief journey. Every time you're converting grief to mourning, you inevitably stumble onto some unexpected blessing from having been able to convert that grief to mourning. We stumble onto hope when we are exposed to new opportunities. Sometimes we do need to sit down with our grief, silent and alone. But when we put it into motion over and over, we find ourselves stumbling onto grace." The meditation for today is, come on, grief, it's time to get moving. And I love that notion of come on, grief, it's time to get moving, because it's a reminder to us that we can make a choice in our grief journey. We can listen into our grief and we can hear what the next steps are, and we can begin to do the work of converting our grief to mourning. If you're not sure how to do this work, or if you're curious and want to learn more, I encourage you to go to healthymourning.com and connect with me, and I would love to have that conversation with you and help you in whatever way I can. Because when we're stuck in our grief, we're stuck in our grief because we haven't figured out how to convert this moment of grief into mourning. As we learn what those tools are, we discover that we really can move through the grief journey with a remarkable amount of ease and grace. So, I invite you to please subscribe to this channel. It's the Healthy Mourning YouTube channel. And with the subscription, you'll get notified anytime we're putting up another video. I do these videos regularly that are the resource review, but I also do videos that talk about different aspects of grief and converting grief to mourning. If you have a topic you want me to talk about, please put that in the comment section down below, and forward this to anybody who you think would benefit from the reading that I just did. Much love to you all. Namaste.